Bem-vindos a mais uma rubrica Mais Desporto. A semana passada tivemos a oportunidade de acompanhar, finalmente, o lançamento da recuperação dos campos do Ironbound Stadium. Vamos ver a reportagem. A renovação do estádio do Ironbound e do campo B vai ser realidade. Estamos quase uma década de obstáculos, o maior dos quais de fator ambiental. A renovação do espaço de recreação do Ironbound vai ser uma realidade. Na passada semana, o vereador do bairro Leste, Augusto Amador, apresentou com pompa e circunstância o novo projeto orçamentado em cerca de 11 milhões de dólares e que reforça a ideia de que aquele espaço no bairro é absolutamente essencial para a prática de modalidades como o futebol, o beisebol e o lacrosse. A lista de parcerias é longa, destacando-se 200 mil dólares da National Football Association dos Estados Unidos e outras de grande importância que viabilizaram uma obra importante para o nosso bairro e para a cidade de Newark. Cerca de uma centena de pessoas esteve presente no acto do anúncio público em pleno estádio, entre os quais a família de Eddie Moraes, de quem o novo complexo esportivo recebe o nome.
And what we will have on the plaque once we finish the stadium is very simple. This sports and recreation facility is dedicated to the memory of Eddie Moraes, who worked tirelessly to provide the youth of the city of Newark with opportunities to be responsible citizens through their involvement in sports, particularly soccer. This facility stands as a shining example of a partnership between city government and community, honoring a mission that Eddie believed strongly in and worked hard to make a reality. Welcome to the announcement of the renovation of the A field and B field in the Ironbound. And also, as a first, the naming of the Ironbound Stadium as Eddie Moraes Stadium, and I'll expand on that. Here, not very far from where we stand, the East Side football team and soccer teams played in a field they called home, while the community clubs competed amongst themselves with other teams from outside of Newark and from within Newark. Life was easy then, as thousands and thousands of youngsters and adults like myself and others used the facility in an extensive manner. Those were the happy days, as my friend Joe Muntz has often referred to that time in our lives. I remember weekends when both fields, and in particular the one behind me, at football games in the morning and soccer games from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 11 o'clock at night. I dream of those days coming back soon, and they will be here. Then one day, about 35 years ago, because of environmental problems, the entire facility is closed, and the East Ward recreation and sports community is robbed of one of the most important jewels. Finally formulated a plan to remediate the facility and bring it back to the glory of the past. Soon, a new sports facility will rise, and Eastside High School and the rest of the recreation and sports community will have an additional place they can call home. On behalf of the residents of this community, who have waited for over 35 years, I would like to thank those who made this project possible. I would like to thank Mayor Quintana, Business Administrator Julian Niels, Corporation Counsel Anna Pereira, Director Mohammedish and his staff, Rob Giscon from Western Solutions, Joe De La Fab from ICC, LISC, which contributed, was determined a lot of money, $200,000 for the replacement of the turf. And finally, my sincere thank you for the patience of this community. The $11 million cost on this side, plus the $1.4 million on this side, is broken in two phases. The first phase will be the remediation plan, which will begin today, and the next phase will be the construction of the sports facility, the stadium, including the replacement of the bleachers. At the same time that we're doing this side, the B field, which will cost approximately $1.4 million. This will begin immediately and will be finished by September.
Of two important fields, sports complex in city of Newark. Councilman, if you remember 5 years ago, when we did the ground ribbon cutting for Ferry Street first phase, I asked you, what's next? You said, what about A field? I said, what about it? So can we bring it back to life after 30 years? What do we need? I said, well, we need money and hard work. Here we are, Councilman. We are starting. The work has begun.
Often when I tell people I'm an environmental consultant, they say, that's great, that's an awesome job, it sounds like it's a lot of fun. And 99% of the time, that's absolutely not true. I'm the guy that comes in and says, your project's going to cost more, the schedule's going to be longer, so I'm always delivering bad news. Today is that 0.01% of the time where my job is great, and it makes up for the 99.99% of the balance of my job. So I'm proud to be part of a project like that delivers something that's truly safe for the residents of Ironbound. In a nutshell, what we're doing, what our project's going to be doing is implementing an EPA-approved self-implementing work plan for the removal of PCB contamination that has prevented this field from being utilized for the past 30 years. After all the contaminants are removed to well below what they need to be removed, there's going to be a more than sufficient cap put on this place to present any human health and ecological exposures from the people that will be recreating on this field.
This, my little story about the Ironbound, this is very affectionate to my heart because I played on this field back in 1984 and 85. And A and B fields. When I left for college, this field was closed and it became a field, and I'm going to say this, and I know it maybe sound a little corny, it became a field of dreams, of possible dreams, that today becomes a field of reality for my babies, and they are my babies and they're your babies. And so it's exciting to know that there's hope in this field, bringing it back to the days of the glory days that are going to continue from my glory days to their glory days. And so for all those of you that have pushed for this project, I say thank you, and I will be there with you to make this a reality for our babies. Thank you so much.
I want to first thank and acknowledge Ironbound Community Corporation's partners, LISC, the NFL, and the New York Giants for sending $200,000 into this project. Very generous of you, and very much appreciate facilitating that. It is with great satisfaction, joy, and just a glorious day for all of us that we're not only reclaiming it for public use, but we're reclaiming it for the high school basketball champions of the state, Eastside High School. And as Augie said, we're reclaiming it as a home field once and for all for Eastside. Lastly, that progress does not come without people working really hard. And I know Rob mentioned it, but I will have to say it again. It doesn't come without the commitment and the heartfelt commitment of our Mayor, Louis Quintana, the everyday efforts, day in and day out, of staying on projects like this, keeping the community in the forefront, the work that you don't see every day that Augie Amador does on behalf of this community and makes these dreams a reality. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you, Augie.
Thank you very much. Hi, guys. Glad to be out of school? I'm glad to be out of the office, to be honest. So good luck to you, because actually lacrosse is my favorite sport, so don't say anything. On behalf of the National Football League, the New York Football Giants, we would like to congratulate the Ironbound Community Corp on being awarded the NFL Grassroots Field Grant. To date, the Giants, along with the assistance of the NFL and LISC, have been able to provide substantial matching grants to the refurbishment of 6 local fields, 5 of which are here in Newark. This project signifies the rebirth of many opportunities in the Ironbound section of Newark. Not only will this park provide recreational opportunities for the young, it will hopefully create great opportunities for many of Newark's youth to develop new skills on the field in both football and soccer. baseball and lacrosse too. As these skills develop, it is our hope that other opportunities will open up for those who live in this historic area. When those fields are ready to go, and I'll bring our guys back to hang out with you guys, okay? You good? All right, good. Congratulations.
We need you to help us hurry up and get it done. They mentioned years like 11 and 5 and 6, and I was sitting next to Joe Delafave, and I'm going, oh no, we need to do this with the same spirit that we are bringing this field back to life. And so you need to give it up for Councilman Amador for not giving up on this field and this project.
Today, I'm here from the national office, whose board is delighted that we're able to continue these investments. We look to bring more millions into this community. We're delighted that we have a very strong partnership with the Ironbound CDC, and let's play ball. So thank you, everyone.
And that's a symbol of what we're doing. We're finding life and vitality in areas where there was none for a very considerable amount of time. And I just got infected and caught up in Councilman Amador's enthusiasm and his dedication to bring these things back to life. So I really play such an insignificant role. There's a lot more people who deserve all the acknowledgement they're getting today. But congratulations to you all, and I'll be out here on this field myself when it's ready. Thank you.
We have to take care of our young at the school level, after school level, because we have a lot of problems with our young. Guns in our streets and violence in our streets. And every 5 wards of the city need that. I don't want to come here and sound that I'm only in the East Ward. I think the 5 wards of Newark are unique, but it's a time for the East Ward and the Ironbound to receive its fair share of what I believe is important, of bringing something to the young people. There's all teams. And today, as we leave here, all the different sports may be played here. There's only one team that's important. Those that come to participate, you're part of a team.
Why name the stadium Eddie Moraes Stadium? It's very simple, because he deserves to have his name on the stadium. Born in Newark and raised in Portugal, Eddie Moraes spent most of his life working to promote the sport of soccer at many levels in the state of New Jersey. Soon after returning to Newark with his family, his passion for soccer started to manifest itself. He played junior soccer for the Newark Portuguese Club in 1949 and was named to the state's all-star team. Eddie was a player, a coach, a referee, a league administrator, and everything else that you can think of. In 1955, Eddie played as an all-star against Manchester United, Rapid Vienna of Austria, and Paysandu of Brazil, a team that I don't know if it still exists. He also played for the American national team against Tel Aviv of Israel. In 1957, he played against Benfica of Portugal, my team. Red. Drafted into the Army, he was stationed in Seattle, Washington for 2 years while pursuing his career as a soccer player there. In 1967, Eddie embarked on a career in the administrative end of the sport when he helped form the Sport Newark Benfica team, where he remained for 10 years. Soon after, Eddie went on to form the Luso International Sports Association, known as LISA, one of the most powerful leagues with teams from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. He also held a variety of positions in the regional, state, and national levels.
Espero que tenham gostado desta notícia, para que em breve nós aqui no Ironbound podamos ter um espaço para a prática de várias modalidades. Deixo-vos até à próxima semana. Até lá.